Y'all, this is not funny, but it is kind of funny. Like the way that men today are trying to protect their peace, their pockets, and their purpose is next level. So I was over on Instagram and I was sent an inbox of this video that I'm getting ready to share with you all. And when I watched it, I said, wow, men are really not playing. Okay. Men are really out here on this whole new vibration of I have to protect what's mine. I cannot allow a woman to come in and be a distraction. I cannot, pretty much set myself up to be used. And so what we're starting to see is a lot of women become very upset and very mad that they're not able to get in and finesse the men how they once were. Okay. But let's get into it, you all. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Y'all have got to see this because this took me out. Okay. It absolutely did.
What's up, love? How you doing? Please. What's up, love? How you doing? For the girls. For the girls. You signed it for the girls? Shut up the door, man. For the girls. What's up, love? How you doing? Please. What's up, love? How you doing? For the girls.
Peep the game, okay? Let's take it back a little bit. Peep the game, y'all. And I played it twice so y'all can see what is happening. I guess this guy here is, let me read the caption. It says, a video is going viral of a woman catching an attitude and rolling her eyes after NFL star Jamar Chase completely curves her attempt to shoot her shots. Okay, so I didn't know who this guy was, but apparently he is a NFL star. And, with a lot of fame and fortune and popularity and so on and so forth, when it comes to men, it comes with a lot of female attention, groupie attention, women who want to sleep with you, women who want to be with you, women who want to have your baby, okay? Because after all, they know and understand the assignment of, hey, get to the bag, okay? If a man has a bag, you as a woman go out your way to go and get it. And so what we are seeing in real time, and let's blow this up, y'all. What we are seeing in real time is a young man at that saying, no, I've come way too far and I worked way too hard to allow a groupie female who does not have my best interest at heart to come through and take all that I have worked hard to get. But let's take a look. And again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Please. What's up, love? How you doing? For the girls.
Do you see his arm? He never, this is crazy. He never even wrapped his arm around her. He never laid a finger on her, anything of that sort. It's like, no, I refuse, baby. I refuse to allow a female to say anything remotely close to, I tried to grope her or I made her feel uncomfortable in any way. Like, no, we're going to avoid all of that. And we're going to see that you were actually the quote unquote aggressor, or you were the one who tried to initiate contact, not me. And what was so crazy is the fact that there were so many people in the comment section saying, yeah, good job for him. Let's read a few of those comments. And then I'm going to play another video for you all about how a lot of men are just not playing around with setting themselves up for failure. Okay. But let's go to the comment section and read what some people had to say. It says, I don't blame him. They only want your money anyway. Oh, Lord have mercy. Another person said, when you think you're one in a million, but he sees one of a million, whoopsie. Another guy says, bro is focused. This is a win for the bros. And it is. It's a lot of men out there who are under the mindset of, yeah, I have to have tunnel vision. I have to make sure that I am prioritizing myself, my wealth, my finances, my peace, and I cannot allow a female to come through and be a distraction. And what really breaks my heart is that men, more and more men at that, are starting to view women as complete distractions. It's not really something that is an asset to add on to your life as far as entertaining a woman or being with the woman. And that is why, for the life of me, I have been trying so hard to get a lot of the women out there to understand that men are human beings too. And just using them like they are merely tools to utilize to our advantage and then discard of, it was a complete and total recipe for us to be discarded of, because it's like, look, what is the point in getting with a woman to where she's not going to value you? She's not going to respect you. She's not going to be here to have your back. It's really no perk and benefit for a man to get with a woman of today. And so I myself tried so hard to tell women, hey, let's go back to the basics. right? Let's get in the mode of loving men for who they are, respecting men for who they are as human beings, and of course, I understand our nature as women. We want providers, we want protectors, we want men of means that can give us stability and security, but it has also have to go way deeper and way further than just that. We need men that are actually men that we can see ourselves growing old with, that we would want to help him build it back if he did lose it all. But a lot of women out there today, to be completely honest with you all, they're not trying to do anything for a man. It's like, boy, please, you better already be the finished product. And if you're not, get out of my face. I don't have time for struggle love. I don't have time to be building a man up and this, that, and the third, which I never promoted that. I never said that a woman should get with a man and build him. I always said to come together as a unit and as a team and build together, build with him, not build him. But that's neither here nor there, because at the end of the day, a lot of the women out there, they don't want to do neither one. I don't want to build with you and I don't want to build you. Okay. You need to have everything already solidified on your own. And if you don't, too bad, too sad for you. Okay. But yeah, a lot of men have caught on to that. And now they want absolutely nothing to do with women. And we can see it right now in this clip.
For the girls. You sign it for the girls? For the girl.
And yes, big mad, her and her homegirl. And can we also highlight the fact that she was kind of a baddie, you know what I mean? Like, and that goes further into the conversation as far as men not really caring about if you got a fat ass or if you have a pretty face, small waist. Like, even the baddies are being curved today. Please, don't got time for it. I'm not touching no female that could be potentially my downfall. No, thank you. No, ma'am. All right. But there is more. And I would also like to see how many men in the comments can relate to these brothers and what they are doing as far as curbing these women and having tunnel vision. But let's continue. Y'all like the video, share the video and subscribe. And let's get into the next clip.
I know it ain't God, so it got to be the devil. As a man, as soon as you start getting your life together, as soon as you start focusing on yourself, working out, trying to straighten up your life, boom, a bad bitch come out of nowhere. A bad bitch just pop up out of nowhere, bro. I'm talking about, nigga, you was just fucked up. Like, you was, nigga, you was in a hole. You mentally gone. As soon as you get in that right mind state, bro, as soon as I'm about to lock in, I'm about to stack my bread. Oh, don't let you want to start stacking money. Oh my God, the baddest bitch gonna pop up out of nowhere. The baddest bitch is gonna pop up out of nowhere, bro. I know it ain't God, so it gotta be the devil. It gotta be the devil. Or I don't know what type of sorcery or witchcraft women got going on, but boy, y'all know how to time it up perfect. Y'all ass know how to time it up perfectly, bro. I'm telling you, it never fails. And guys, if I'm lying, y'all can get on this. Hey, get in the comments and let me know if I'm lying. I'm flying, bro. As soon as you start trying to get your life together, the baddest chick come out of nowhere and pop up in your life. Listen, fellas, stay strong, bro. If you on the stack mode, if you on the grind mode, hey, you're gonna have to dub that bad bitch, bro. You're gonna have to dub it and stack up, man. Focus up, bro. It's Monday, man. Let's get it.
Fellas, put a 2 in the chat if you could relate to what this brother just said. Put a 2. If it's like every time I'm on the verge of a come up, a breakthrough, a blow up, here comes one of the baddest chicks to distract me. Put a 2. I'm trying to see something. All right. Are y'all noticing this pattern? I mean, rightfully so, though. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, y'all, when it comes to women, it is in our nature to get with men who we can see are productive, who we can see are actually, doing things that are contributing to wealth and, prosperity and comfort and so on and so forth. And so if we see you on that pathway of evolving, growing, elevating, yeah, we're going to come out the woodwork. Yeah, we're going to be like, hey, big hair. Like, yeah, I can understand how that happens. However, I can also understand how a lot of men can get frustrated. Like, damn, why is it that every time I'm focused and every time I'm just really locked in, here comes these women with all of their distractions trying to potentially or seemingly block me from my blessing. Okay. But yeah, and like I just said earlier, it's a lot of men out there who don't care that you are a bad chick. Okay. Some of the baddest chicks are single today. Some of the baddest chicks are getting divorced. Some of the baddest chicks are getting left. Like, men are not playing about their piece. If you're not going to add on to my life in a positive, productive way, I don't need you. Okay. And let's also take it as far as saying this, because I think a lot of women get this misconstrued as well. A lot of women have it in their minds that because they are attractive, they're sexy, they're a bad bitch and all of that, that, they would have men just fall into their feet. wanting to do everything and anything for them. But what a lot of women need to understand about the men of today is they don't give a damn about how fine you are if you're not going to be an asset, like I alluded to earlier. If you're not going to be a woman that is going to be nurturing, caring, loving, somebody that is going to be dedicated to me, loyal, so on and so forth, I don't need you. Okay. And this is the point that I really want to drive home. Man, it just come a dime a dozen in today's time, especially for men of means, especially the men who are successful, productive, have a lot of momentum going on. Like, yeah, they are being presented with big booties and bad bitches all day, every day. This is also why a lot of guys out there are not even that enticed by sex. It's like that today. Like, I would rather read a book, go to the gym, play a video game, go for a drive than to actually lay down with a woman. Like, it is that bad in today's time. And rightfully so. A lot of men have come to see that women have been trying to trap them and, take advantage of them and use them and discard of them, and no more. I will not give you access to me in those ways, because I saw how my brother was affected. I saw how my father was affected, my uncle, my grandfather, so on and so forth. So no, I'm going to do things differently so that I can have a better outcome. And it was men in the comments under this video as well that were agreeing with him. Somebody says they either a lesson or a blessing. Either way, you are going to find out. And that's facts, And I want to also say this to that effect. There are some good women out there that you could let into your life and she actually adds on to you in a positive way. However, I got to be real about the climate that we are living in today. A lot of the chicks out there, you really have to do your due diligence to find out and figure out if she is somebody that is a quote unquote asset, or is she just, a user, a gold digger, somebody that's there to distract you, throw you off your A game, and so on and so forth. So I do want to say, fellas, if you feel like a woman that maybe is approaching you or talking to you and trying to get to know you, if you feel like she's somebody worth giving a shot, give her a shot. All right. I don't want you all to be like, oh, F all the women, I ain't dealing with y'all. Y'all are trash. I don't want y'all to have that mindset, but I do want you all to be careful because, like I said, the climate of today is trash, and it is a lot of chicks out there who are ultimately only there to use you. Okay. So just use your discernment, take your time with these women, really get to know them, talk to them, see what they're really about, and go forward, with that. Okay. Another person says, man, for real, me and my ex ain't talked in months. We was going through hell when we was talking. Like, none would ever go right. But she knew I was in college for welding, right? So now I just graduated and I just got a welding job making $28.50 an hour, which is new to me because I've been working at Popeye since I was 16. I'm 19 now. Wow. Peep that game, y'all. Even the young men out there are getting to the bag. Okay, shout out to y'all. It says, so that's a big jump. And here she comes trying to run back in my life. Like, nah, I'm straight now. And like I said, it is so many men who were left by, women who they may have thought was a good woman and so on and so forth. And then come to find out, yeah, she just was here to use me. But when she found out that maybe there was not much of me to be used, it was like, okay, let me go over here. But now you see me glowing up. Now you see me getting to my bag. Now you see me really bossed up and elevated. Now you want to come back into my life. And it's like, no, cigar. And what I really, really want to highlight and emphasize and go back to is the fact that this is a young man, right? These are teenage men, young men. They're like, yeah, I'm really focused. I'm really driven. I am not somebody that's going to allow anybody to come into my atmosphere and use me up. And I want to say salute to the men out there for putting other young men up on game, because what you all are doing is helping us to have a more thriving, lasting, healthy future. So that when good quality women do come into the equation, they'll know, oh, she's a keeper. And we'll be able to bring back those strong, thriving family units and dynamics, right? So what I'm trying to say is, by a lot of men out there, spreading the news as far as, look out for this, don't do this, focus on this, and putting each other up on game, it is helping young men, younger and younger, to be able to determine or be able to weed through the bad apples to get to the good apples. And then by them doing that, they'll be able to have women to be a part of their lives that are going to be great mothers, great wives, great helpmeets, so on and so forth, because these men are going to be wired to look for good quality women. Not distractors, not detractors, not gold diggers. You know what I mean? Not just somebody that's a pretty face, a fat ass, and, somebody to screw. No, you will screw my life up. I don't have time for it. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And what I would want for the young ladies out there is for us to get on the same accord, that the men are doing. The men are out here saying, hey, make sure that you're focusing this way. Make sure that you are looking out for this type of woman, and make sure that you are protecting yourself from this type of setup and so on and so forth. But when it comes to women, it's like we put each other up on game in the worst of ways. Oh, make sure that you go after this guy because he got a bag. It does not matter that he's a womanizer, a cheater. It does not matter that he is not somebody that is family oriented. It does not matter that you don't even like him or love him. Just get to it, or we're teaching each other to be hot girls and city girls and hoes, and just live very reckless lives that ultimately backfire on us in the long run, because as our nature kicks in as we get older, we want things of more substance. We want things of more value, and we're not having either one of those things as far as substance and value is concerned. And so the men that we really want to be with don't see value in us and don't want to be with us. And now we're just left in the streets, to the streets, and for the streets. So I want women to get in that mode or in that mindset of teaching each other to be productive, teaching each other to do things in a righteous manner instead of just being manipulators and gold diggers and users and, very superficial surface level type of femininity, coaching and stuff of that sort. Get like the men. The men are saying, look, brother, get into this trade, or make sure that you're putting your finances here. And, they're putting each other up on game in the most healthiest of ways. Whereas women, no, not so much. We're teaching each other how to be the biggest gold digging hoes, and it's backfiring because clearly the men are not falling for it. Okay. But another person says, I was a size 44 pants, then went down to a 32, and then my own crib, and life was great. Out of nowhere, this beautiful Dominican came out of nowhere, and I fell for it. Fast forward to today, I gained all the way back, and self-confidence left. And of course, she left. We about to lock in again. And this time ain't nothing taking me off that path. And that can happen. You can have a woman that you invite into your life and then you're completely distracted. And that's why I will always say, as y'all's little big sister, make sure that you are doing things not for the validation or approval of a woman, but do it because you genuinely want to do that as a man. Okay, because if you're not somebody that is genuinely and truly trying to do things for the sake of your own health and well-being, if somebody comes in and you feel like you got the result, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can slack off now because I got the goal. The result was I was able to get this beautiful Dominican woman or black woman, white woman, whatever. And, now I got it. I can slack off. No, always stay on your square. Always make sure that you're continuing to evolve and elevate and grow as a man. Never allow anybody to come into your life and knock you off. Okay, so that's some advice from your little big sis. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's just something that I feel is important to say to you all, because I have seen a lot of men, get on their drive and get on their purpose and, just become very focused and everything of their sort as far as building their money, building their finances, their career, so on and so forth, to get a woman. And then once they get the woman, all of the other stuff goes by the wayside. No, don't do that. Always make sure that you are prioritizing your purpose, your passion, and your peace first things first. Everything else will flow to you. Okay, but yeah, it was a lot of guys in there. Somebody said he ain't lying. Another one says, I'm definitely the poster child for this. That woman almost ruined my life. LOL. Now I'm about to get engaged. And shout out to the men out there who are dodging bullets and then being able to find their significant other, because that is a beautiful thing. And I'm going to say this before I wrap this up and y'all get the likes up. I'm going to say sometimes it takes for you to, be presented with some bad apples so that you can find the good, sweet, juicy peaches. Amen. Sometimes you have to go through, those trials and go through that turbulence and go through those dark times so that you can find the light, so that you can find the one that is for you. Right. So it all works out for you all in the end. But I thought this was very, very highlight worthy of a dope discussion to really illustrate just how much men are focused on making sure that they are getting to the bag and keeping the bag, making sure that they are inviting women into their equation or into their lives that mean them well, that are assets, that are going to add on to their lives in a positive way. And if you're not, you can go. And again, I don't care about how bad you are if you're bad for me. Okay. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, and feedback about this in the comment section down below. I look forward to what you got to say about this. Are you a guy that has tunnel vision and is not allowing any woman to be a distraction? Or is it like, look, yeah, I'm focused. Yeah, I'm driven. Yeah, I have tunnel vision. But if a good woman just so happens to come across, me in the midst of me getting to my bag and getting to my purpose, I'll entertain her. Y'all let me know, okay? Because I know there's a lot of guys out there that's like, no, under no circumstance am I dealing with these chicks. It always turns out to be something that was a bad idea. No, thank you. But I will say that I hope that you all are at least giving good quality women a chance and seeing where it may go. But I'm going to check out in the next up discussion. Hit that like button for me. Comment in the comment section. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace.